Oh, hello. Hi, my name is Rolando, and my friends call me Ro for short. That's R-H-O. And did you know that there's a Greek letter in their alphabet called Ro? It looks like our English R and makes the R sound, but it looks like a P. It's kind of funny, isn't it? But who am I to make fun of the Greeks? Today I wanted to talk to you about this box right here. This is my memory box. Pretty and shiny, isn't it? My wife gave me this box and she said that I could have it on one condition, that I take very good care of it. And I'm going to take very good care of it. So let's look and see what's inside my memory box. Ooh, I have this little thing right here. This is called a loupe magnifying glass. And it's used to look at really small things like ants and sand, grains of sand. I used to take this on geology trips when I was in college, and I had a lot of stories on those trips, but we won't have time to talk about those today, so we'll have to wait for another epoch. Ooh, what else do I have in here? Oh, wow. Can you see this? This is a Superman button. And this button is really special to me because I used to own a comic book store a few years ago, and I had a lot of adventures and I made a lot of friends, but we really don't have time to talk about those stories either, so we'll have to wait for another age on those. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh wow, look at this. That just looks like a regular black rock, right? But look at this side. Wow, it's got some Peruvian artwork on this rock. And this rock, if it could tell tales, I'm sure it'd have a ton of stories that it could tell us. But since rocks can't talk, we won't talk about that one either. Ooh, what else do I have? Oh, now this one we're going to talk about. Do you see these? These look like regular sticks, right? But they're not regular sticks. These are chopsticks. And chopsticks are used by people in the Orient or in other countries to eat food with. Now, my story is going to be about these chopsticks, and it's called the ChopstiX Champion. And it goes like this. When I was younger and my children were younger, we used to like to eat out often. And we used to like to eat out at, guess where? Can you guess? That's right, Mexican! No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. At Chinese restaurants, that's right, Chinese food, from broccoli beef all the way to sweet and sour shrimp. We really enjoyed that food. The only thing was, on this particular day when we sat down to eat, they put chopsticks in front of us. And we looked at them, we didn't know how to use chopsticks. We're not Chinese people. We didn't grow up in the Chinese culture. So what we did is my son said, hey, why don't we learn how to use these chopsticks? And I said, sure, that sounds fun. Let's try that. So it's like, wow, how do we use these? Do we stab the food with our chopsticks? No, that doesn't seem right. Do we try to pick up the food like this with our chopsticks? No, that doesn't work either. I know, we stab the food with our chopsticks and then throw it like a javelin. But no, that doesn't seem right either. So I found the packaging, and they had a little instructions on it. And it says, oh, okay, on the instructions, it says, hold the chopsticks in one hand, like this, and then this one goes up and down. And you could pick up anything. That seems easy, but easier said than done, my friends. Easier said than done. But right after, when we were kind of experimenting and trying to get the chopsticks to work, my son said, hey, I have an idea. The last one to stop eating with their chopsticks is a rotten egg roll. It's like, I don't want to be on a rotten egg roll. Do you want to be a rotten egg roll? I don't want to be a rotten egg roll. I said, you're on, buddy. So we all started eating with our chopsticks, and we were grabbing and tossing and dropping and spilling, and food was getting on the table, on the floor, on my clothes. There was more food around us than in our bellies. So after a while, my wife just said, you know what, I quit, and she got her fork and she started eating with her fork. And I said, lightweight. And she kind of is a lightweight because she's a little bit skinny. And then, after a few minutes later, my daughter gave up, and I just gave her a nod and said, that's okay, maybe next time, mija. But my son was determined to beat me, and I couldn't have him beat me. I'm the father, right? So what I did when he wasn't looking, I got a little bit of hot mustard and I put it on his chopsticks. And let me tell you something about my son. He doesn't like anything hot, not even that weak salsa from New York City. He doesn't even like that. So when he grabbed his chopsticks and he started eating and that hot mustard touched his mouth, it was so hot that he went and he grabbed a glass of water and drank it down. And then he grabbed my daughter's water and drank that down too. And after a little while, when he got calmed down, he said, I don't want to have anything to do with chopsticks. So he picked up his fork and started eating. And that made me the chopstick champion of the world. Well, at least of that restaurant for that day. So my moral to the story is that I may have adjusted the rules there a little bit. But let me tell you, all is fair in love, war, and a chopstick challenge. And a little hot mustard will go a long, long way.